Sairam students, warm welcome to all of you for today's session, and today we are going to continue with our poem Mist, which is written by P.G. Wodehouse. Basically, today's class we will be covering up the value points, and with the help of value points we will be revising the poem, followed by literary devices and a short vocabulary question as well that we will be dealing in today's session. So let's get started, students. Quickly just go get your book and pen and be ready to jot down the important points, the figures of speech used in the poem, the rhyme scheme used in the poem, and the answers to the vocabulary question. So let's get started. It was a sunny day. The breeze was filled with the smell of hay. It was harvest season and the stadium was situated near some area of cultivation. The poet was a cricketer and he was wearing a spotless flannel. So we know the poet is out. Okay, he is out to play a cricket match. How was he feeling that day? He was quite happy and boastful about the weather, his mood that particular morning. So he was very happy. He had least of worries about the match being played. Ladies sat around watching the match and dicky birds sang. It was all perfect and it was the magic of summer according to the poet. Okay, the weather was very good. Everything around was fine until the poet missed a catch. The day would have been perfect, but then something went wrong. What was that wrong? The poet missed a catch. But who was to be blamed for this? Yes, it was the magic of summer that distracted his attention. But only that? No, there was something else. It was a bee's humming. And the thought of Clara, who was supposed to be his dear friend, a close friend of the poet. So these things, they distracted the poet. The poet turned sick and he missed the catch. His heart seared with a raw, agonizing burn. So this thing, what happened? He could feel that, that his heart was burning. All the other players in the team scoffed at him. They ridiculed him, pointed at his error. Obviously, he had missed an easiest catch. The bowler also was muttering, and the other members of the team, they scoffed at him. They pointed out his mistake. In the end, he gives up on the game of cricket and believes that the game of golf is a better one. He bungles a catch and then believes that life is empty of any pleasure and laughter. So I hope, students, you have recollected whatever was taught to you yesterday. Let's cover up the reference to context. The first one, sat round looking on at the match. In the tree tops, the dicky birds caroled, all was peace. The first question based on these lines, who sat round looking on at the match? So who were the ones? The ladies. They sat round looking at the match. How were the ladies dressed? The ladies were all gaily apparelled. Which match is being referred to here? A cricket match is being referred to here. What ruined the piece? All was peace. What ruined the piece? It was when the narrator bungled or missed the catch. Clear? So we are done with the reference to the context. Quickly moving to the literary devices used in the poem. To begin with, we have the rhyme scheme. The sun in the heavens was beaming. The breeze bore an odor of hay. My flannels were spotless and gleaming. My heart was unclouded and gay. So let's see the rhyme scheme of these 4 lines. We have the word beaming and we have the word gleaming. Okay, so they sound similar. So let's denote them. A. Again, hay and gay. They sound similar. Let's denote them. B. So rhyme scheme of these 4 lines is A, B, A, B. Clear, students? Moving ahead to the next paragraph, the next stanza. We have the ladies were all gaily apparelled, sat round looking on at the match. In the treetops the dicky birds carolled. All was peace till I bungled that catch. Again, apparelled and carolled. We'll give them AA, match and catch. It's going to be BB. Next stanza. If I'm asked to play cricket year after, I'm wholly determined to scratch life's void of all pleasure and laughter. I bungled the easiest catch. Again, year after, laughter. Okay. Again, scratch, catch. Okay, they sound similar, so we'll give them A, B, A, B. Now students, I have done the rhyme scheme of 3 stanzas. Go through the poem and identify the rhyme scheme of the other stanzas. Moving ahead, we'll begin with the figures of speech. The first one that we come across is a personification. So what's a personification? Personification is a figures of speech in which an inanimate, a non-living object is given human qualities or ability. Look at the first one over here. The dicky birds caroled. Okay, so here the birds are given the human quality of singing. Caroled is singing. Okay, so that makes it personification. The bee, that inveterate hummer. So again humming, okay, it's done by human beings. From the bee we get this buzzing sound. Okay, so the bee is given the human quality of humming. So that makes it personification. Alliteration. Let's move on to the next figure of speech. Alliteration is the term given to the repetition of the same sound or letter at the beginning of words in a phrase. For example, Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers. So here the sound of P is repeated. Now from our poem, the breeze bore an odor of hay. So here the sound of B in breeze, the sound of B in bore. So this is getting repeated. That makes it an alliteration. Henceforward, my game shall be golf. So the sound of G and the sound of G is getting repeated. That makes it a figure. That makes it an alliteration. Clear? Moving ahead, I'm introducing a new figures of speech, that is onomatopoeia. I repeat, a new figure of speech, that is onomatopoeia. Now, onomatopoeia is a figure of speech in which words evoke the actual sound of the thing they refer to or describe. For example, now in onomatopoeia, there is a word that will indicate sound. So if there is such word present in the line, that particular line becomes onomatopoeia. The figure of speech used for that particular line will be onomatopoeia. Look at the example sentence. The boom of the firework exploding. So when the the crackers explode, you get the sound of boom. Okay, so that word boom, it indicates sound. So this line is an onomatopoeia. Moving ahead, the tick-tock of a clock. So tick-tock itself indicates sound. That is an onomatopoeia. And the ding-dong of a doorbell. Again, ding-dong, it indicates sound. That makes it an onomatopoeia. From the poem we have, the bee, that inveterate hummer, was droning its favorite song. So basically here, droning. Okay, the sound. Okay, so that makes it onomatopoeia. I uttered a groan and turned sick. So again over here, the word groan indicates sound. So this line is an onomatopoeia again. Ah, the bowler's querulous mutter. Again, muttering is indicating sound. Clear? So that makes this line an onomatopoeia. I hope students, all of you are jotting it down as well. Exclamation. When ideas or words express strong emotions such as joy, surprise, anger, etc., it is known as exclamation. Now look at this sentence. Set up an expectant hurrah. So here this word hurrah, it indicates happiness. Okay, the strong emotion of joy is expressed over here. So this sentence is an exclamation. Oh, give me my driver and putter. So here, again, he's sad. Okay, that he has bungled the catch and he doesn't want to play this game of cricket again in his life. So he says, oh, give me my driver and putter. So this line is an exclamation as well. Moving on to the next figures of speech, that is hyperbole. A figure of speech that uses exaggeration to express strong emotion to make a point or to evoke humor. Okay, when when you exaggerate something to express an emotion, or you want to make a point, or you want to evoke humor. So when you do this, the figure of speech used is hyperbole. For example, I could sleep for a year. Can anyone sleep for 1 year? Not possible. Here it means I can sleep, like I sleep continuously for, for a longer duration of time. Clear? Next, this book weighs a ton, which means the book is very heavy. This is what the speaker wants to say. But how is the speaker saying? The speaker is exaggerating it by saying, this book weighs a ton. Clear? Now from our poem, the first sentence that I have is, oh, never if I live to 1,000,000, which means the poet over here is saying, if I live for 1,000,000 years, is it possible? No, not possible. So here the poet is exaggerating the statement. I tore with a wrench from my thatch. Okay, is it possible to pull off a patch of hair from your head? Not possible. Okay, again it's exaggerated. Life's void of all pleasure and laughter. Just because the poet has missed one catch, is it right to say that there is no pleasure and laughter in his life anymore? No, again, if you see, all three lines the poet has exaggerated. Okay, so here when there is a lot of exaggeration used to express something or to express an emotion, a strong emotion, or to make a point or to evoke humor, the figure of speech used is hyperbole. Moving to the next figures of speech, that is inversion. What is inversion? Inversion is a term used to refer to the inverting of the normal word order in a sentence or a phrase. For example, the ocean blue. Do we say the ocean blue or we say the blue ocean? So can you see? The words are, they are not in correct prose order. Look at the next sentence. To the store I will go. How will you say? What is the correct prose order? I will go to the store. Correct. So such figures of speech wherein the words are not in correct prose order, they are called as inversion. Now from your poem, shall I feel such a terrible pang? So here the words are not in correct prose order. So what's the correct prose order? I shall feel such a terrible pang. Clear, students? Now I have given you few examples of all the different figures of speech that I have just taught you. What you will do is you will find the other sentences which fall under these categories. Clear? You will look out for yourself. Moving ahead, we have a small match the column exercise behind your textbook. Match the expressions used in the poem in column A with their meaning in column B. Take 2 minutes and students do it on your own. Just recollect. Yesterday I have taught you the poem. I have explained everything. Okay. So you will do it on your own. Okay. You will not see the answers. Once you are done, you will see the answers. Okay. So just take some time and finish off your answers. You can pause the video, and once you are done, you can play it again. So our answers are here. Forceful twist is tore with a wrench. Building beside sports field for players and spectators is a pavilion. Sudden sharp pain is pang. Driver and putter, they are different types of golf clubs. Also, they are the instruments or they're used for playing golf. Determined to scratch is to stay away. Clear? So we are done with the poem. Very soon you will be getting the notes for this lesson. You will revise the poem once again. Find out the different sentences which come under the category of the figures of speech that I've taught you in this class. Very soon we'll catch up with another lesson. Till then, you will take care of yourself. Sai Ram and bye-bye.